Toomaj Ayuglu. I'm Iranian national, and I was born 23rd April 1918 in the southern city of Iran, is Jaisaran, the oil-rich city. My father was the former staff of Ministry of Oil and Gas in Iran, and he was actually working for the Southern Oil and Gas Iranian Company. After 1979, my father, because of his ideology and because of he was a pro-communism person, he's been convicted of propaganda or provoking the staff in a Iranian company, and he's been convicted of 3 years in prison. So after that, he was deprived of all the social services and deprived of working for private-based or governmental companies. So after that, he used to work for some of the foreign companies in South Iran, some of the islands in Persian Gulf. I raised up in that city. It's called Gajsaran, named Gajsaran, and till age of 15 or 16. And after that, because my father was a well-known person before, and after that going to the prison and coming back, we used to be under the hassle of the militia. As you know that in Iran, we haven't one more organization that is keep an eye on a people. We have lots of other people. Just a mosque is enough. So anyway, we decided to move to central Iran, Isfahan, the city. I started after my high school, that 1 year, the last year also I was in Tehran. I done my national services, and after that I went to the university. When I started my university, I've been in a contact, as you know, the student is a person who should be more open-minded. He should go to deep and down, especially in Middle Eastern countries. You have to be very familiar with politics. Means without the politics there would be no economy. Without the economy there would be no family, no arts, nothing. Means the politics and the rest. My problem started before the problem on 9th July 2008. I used to participate in different demonstrations, like 1st of May, the Labor's Day, and other small events. That some of them there were a small objection against our government. But the 9th July 2009, I was part of the managing and participating in front of anti-regime. And this day, 9th of July, always is anniversary of killing of students in Tehran University by authorities. And at that year, the authorities they invaded to the university campus, and many students will be thrown. They was thrown down from the 4th or 3rd floor, and many of them they get killed. That's why every year on the 9th of July there would be all over universities in Iran that there is a big protest. In Isfahan, in the northern gate of Isfahan University, I set alight the Islamic Republic flag on fire. Why I'm telling the Islamic Republic? Because this flag, an Iranian flag, is a change after 1979. Before 1979, we have the sword with lions, and in Sigma a much different. Whatever for the years and years, a century and century we were believing it. I set alight. After that, I've been subsequently I was the filming and recording as usual is even for the small or peaceful demonstration. Government or authorities they will bring a lot of plainclothes people, civilian dress with walkie-talkie, and you will know from them, and some of them with a beard. One of my friends Mehdi, that he approached me and he told me that I'm filming on a roof of buildings. Long ago that I read some sentence from the Bible. It said, "Who fights and run may live to be able to fight again. So I didn't want to die for nothing. So I said, okay, I'm filming, and I knew that, and recklessly I didn't wear the mask. I ran down to another city. It's called Yasuj. Is in one province called Korgulu Boiramat, in the southern neighbor of Isfahan province. There I've been hiding for the couple of days. After that, when my phone was off, I turned on once, and I got the bad news. After 2 days, on 11th of the July, my father was arrested. After 6 days after that, after the means 11, means on 17th, when my father got released, but at the time he wasn't ill-treated by authorities. We found it out my father was arrested because of my action on that day. So at that stage we found it that really I'm in a danger. It wasn't provoking the people, it was just we wanted to say after 30 years that we're not going to hide our faces behind the mask. On 12th of August 2008, with the help of an agent, I flee out of the Iran illegally through the Pakistan, and I've gone to the first city. It was Kuwait in Balochistan province in Pakistan. I left a couple of days to Karachi, 15-20 days, and after that from Karachi to Ahmedabad in India. And India 5.5 months approximately I stayed there, and from there I flew to UK. All of these matters that happened by the agent, I've been brought by the agent to the here. In my absence, also the Iranian court, amazingly, that they convicted me of a muharib. Muharib is a person that he has a war with the God. Means there's a flag, they call it a flag. This is their reputation, or this is the symbol of Vilayat al-Faqih. Vilayat al-Faqih means absolute leadership, means the supreme leader. Being against of supreme leader means being against of Prophet Muhammad, and after that against of a God, and means the whole universe. You are in a fight with it. Yes, this is completely ridiculous. I've been convicted of being muharib, and then as in the letter is mentioned, they found lots of booklets and the pictures and the cities. They confiscated my personal computer. That all of these matters, they were just a lie. There were no existence of the floppies or CDs of the story, or I don't know, the picture of a torture or executed people. There were no leaflet against the government. Even never a wise person keeps lots of the leaflets or the data in his own personal computer in a home. No, they will keep it in a safe places. Anyway, they put it because the ball in their court, they play the hard ball. So they convicted me of just muharib. And according to one of the Kayhan's international article that in 2010, last year, this Kayhan is supervised by Iranian embassy here in London, that they were defining who is the muharib, and according to this, the person should be this hand, right hand, and the left leg, it should be cut, mutilated, or should be 3 days crucified, so that he is die of hunger and thirst, or he should be executed. This is, yes. As I arrive in the United Kingdom, because of using the false instrument, you don't have any other option except to arrive in another country. And according to the Geneva Convention, the asylum seeker or refugee is a person who's flee out of the country because of fear of his ideology, persecution, execution, torture, hardship, whatever. And he's come with one backpack and the false papers. You have to break the immigration laws. And anyway, on 19 February 2009, I arrived in this country at the Manchester airport. Arrival point, I've been arrested because of the using the false instrument. And I applied the asylum, but amazingly they sent me to the magistrate and later on to crime court. And I've been convicted of 1 year in prison. Means I've gone to prison only because I commit a crime of being a refugee. Means if I haven't been a refugee, this crime couldn't have been committed. Anyway, I've gone to the HMP Strangeway or HMP Manchester, AA category, the place that the real tourists and the criminal being held. I've been there 6 months and my release date was 22nd August. They didn't release me on 22nd. They kept me 3 weeks more. And not only me, all foreign prisoners, they like this. After that, they brought me to Immigration Removal Center in the Lindholm in the Doncaster. 16 months and a half I've been there. After that, I put a request to be nearby some of the friends or distant relative in London. I've been brought to Hammersworth Immigration Removal Center, and there 2 months, and finally by helping my own solicitor and the one charity group, Bail for Immigration Detainee, I've been released after law because 3 times I've gone through these matters. Maybe this is a law, I don't know. Even if I had the asthmatic problem and the migraine, especially because of being under the duress and anxiety all these 2 years that I've been on the run. Even if when they used to take you to the hospital, the 5 times I've been in a DRI hospital, all the time they used to take you by the handcuff and 2 officers. I've been deceived by BBC. I've been deceived by CNN. I've been cheated out by the name of human rights in Europe. I escaped from the big prison of Iran. Again, I came to the small prison, and just simply they told me because I committed crime on the what is called on the point, on the border 0, means on a arrival point. Okay, the agent could take me to the Norway or the Netherlands, I don't know, wherever. But he brought me in United Kingdom. I was a student last year university. I was at the time I was working. I didn't have any reason to come in Europe. To live weekly £35, and even if it's hard to find a train ticket if you wanted to go to other cities. After 2 years and a half, and after being released 4 months, I'm on a release, and they released me on a tag monitoring, and even the box is there, and there is a bracelet around my leg, exactly like a real criminal. That you feel ashamed of yourself. Even you cannot run, you cannot wear the short pants, you cannot go to swimming pool, you cannot do nothing, just because of the tag, because you feel you're criminal. And if I wanted to say that sometimes, and this is the completely messy and dirty place that they put you there. And from the first day, I had all over my body, I'm scratching and sometimes the bleeding. I've gone to the GP, and because I have the asthma and completely the allergic to some of them. If you see sometimes on this the bed, you will see the small insect that I don't know what's called, a bug or bag, I don't know in English. Some of them is so small that you will see that your body that is much better. Is all of this is a bites by this insect, and if I show you and you can't believe it, this is a place that they call it the keeping a refugee or asylum seeker in United Kingdom. I'm not going to the blame on a condition. Maybe some of the people that said, yes, you could have been died in Iran. Yes, I could have been died in Iran. But here, you can die from humiliation. You can die from the apparent discrimination. Yes, why not? Because I can show you in some of the places around the hostel that I have seen by my eye that on the computer has been written, computer 15 minutes for the asylum seekers. That I'm not going to use it. I was a student in computer engineering. If I wanted to get a job, I could go to, even not only in my country, but also in Dubai, Qatar, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, to work there, to be nearby my family. I came here to be in a safe country. I didn't came here to go to the prison. 2 years I've been in prison. But in Iran they keep you in prison and over the night they execute you. They finish you. But here, monitoring, 35 pounds, dirty houses. Still, I try to keep myself satisfied. Because still there are lots of the English and British people, I see them in not only in a home office, not only in a or different organization, but also on a street. I feel and I see these people, they are quite good and helpful and useful people. I've encountered with lots of elderly people, young generation, boys and girls, very support, very good people, and they understand this matter. And again, in a newspaper, every now and then you will read about the immigrants and asylum seekers. And I hope that the people to understand there are big difference between immigrant means a person who does the immigration. You come to this country because of, I don't know, living or I don't know, from like Eastern European. But a refugee or asylum seeker is a person who takes the asylum. This country, if you will refer in 16th century, when the Protestant, they were in France, they were under the persecution, they were running to this country to take a refuge here. Many people all over, in many years, they used to come. But what happened? Everything in Europe changed. Okay, if they're not able to provide the asylum seekers with, I don't know, at least at clean places. So they go back to the Geneva, go back to the United Nations. They said, from this time on, I'm not going to take any more. Like Japan. They're not taking any asylum seekers. That's it. There is no need to keep me in a prison or immigration center 2 years. And after that on attack monitoring and these dirty places. What for? I was fighting with the Iranian regime. Maybe fighting with the Iranian regime, this is it's not on a benefit of European countries because of oil and gas. I don't know what's happening. Just I know one thing, that everything based on the money. Asylum seekers, they are all a curtain to close a lot of narrow-minded people's idea. To say yes, 500,000 people, for example, they came this year to Europe. But how many of them, they have a... Okay, I'm going to write a letter to Home Office that says, I'm 35 pounds. I can easily find an illegal job. Easily, as they know, as Home Office know, UKBAs know, and the people know. Most of foreigners, even the people that have passport, they work in this country without paying the tax. I studied in my country. I knew the programming, I knew computer. I hope, and already I wrote the Home Office to provide me by the national insurance number, at least work and pay a tax. But would it happen? Most of people, they say no, it's impossible. Impossible. But there is something good that from the prison immigration center, I improved my English knowledge. Albert Einstein said, in the middle of disaster and difficulties, always there is a chance and opportunities. And I think anyhow, I grab these opportunities. If my country, if tomorrow my country, I'm not telling, I need my regime to be overturned, to be a little more moderated. 26, 27 years I lived in Iran. I lived in Iran. I work in Iran. Maybe my father did wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not a communist person. I don't believe in communism. In Iran, economically, we are okay. At least we have a gas and oil. We have lots of organization. If tomorrow my government to be a little bit moderated, Khatami, the last president, Hashemi Rafsanjani, why the millions of people they came for the Mir Hossein Mousavi? They didn't came on our street because of the changing the government. We came for the being a moderated because we know the revolution, they keep the country at least 10 to 15 years back. We don't want this. We had this experience. And after the war, we wanted to dedicate our mind to the next generation. We wanted to not to be known as a terrorist. We don't have any problem with Jewish, we don't have any problem with the Christian, we don't have any problem with the Buddhism, Hinduism, or nobody. We try to learn from our ancestors, like old Persian guys. And right now, if I'm sitting here with this tag around my leg, it's 1 year my father is disappeared and vanished and has been taken away by intelligence service or revolutionary guard, I'm not sure, because none of them is responsible. Even my father gone, my mother gone in front of the parliament in Tehran to know what's happening, but still nothing. A 64 years old man is 1 year is disappeared. Maybe Ministry of Foreign Ministry. If my father knows he's in the detention of unknown place and his son in a safe country, my father studied in English school. My father studied in South Iran in the city is called Abadan. That for the old English people is very known. If my father knows that his son is in England, in the UK, and he is treating like this, I'm sure he would be regretted. All the times he was telling the European they are pro-democrat people. And I'm sure that my father would be write in a repent letter that I said, I'm wrong, we deceived. It wasn't whatever we expected. My only expectation was to be a free person, not to be treated like a criminal. That right now. I have to wear the long pants because I'm not able to go anywhere, to do anything, to sit somewhere, to drink, to enjoy the weather. 10 o'clock you should come back home, for example. Or it's recently happened because before, for the 3 months, it was between 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I have to keep myself. And that's it. That's the only thing I can say that.
Okay.
And thank you very much.